Hey, what is up guys, Thedailyscience here. In this video I'm back with 10 of the most deadliest animals on this planet. Number 10, the crocodile. The crocodile is one of the animals on this list that should not really surprise you too much, given the fact that these extremely powerful and dangerous animals are more than capable of taking down a fully grown human being. But of the many species out there, only 2 make up the majority of these deaths. This includes the Nile crocodile and the saltwater crocodile. There is no doubt these reptiles are more on the aggressive side of things, as they account for about 1,000 deaths a year. These animals are extremely dangerous and you should probably keep a safe distance from them when observing them from the wild, unless you have a death wish. Number 9, the tapeworm. These disturbing parasites are accountable for about an average of 2,000 deaths a year. They are spread through contaminated food or improper handling of food, usually meat. These parasites enter as a larvae but can grow inside of you to an incredible length of 16 feet. Because they do not have a digestive system of their own, they rely on other organisms to do the digestion for them. Enter the human being, where they can thrive by robbing us from our nutrients and energy. They can cause major problems as they can take up a lot of space, interfering with organs and taking our nutrients. This is more common in developing countries where quality control may not be as strongly enforced. Number 8, the Ascaris roundworm. Like the tapeworm, this unpleasant little creature is also a parasite. They account for about 2,500 deaths a year, and it enters the body as a larvae through contaminated food or soil containing human fecal matter. Once they reach the intestines and hatch, they burrow through the walls and enter the bloodstream. They make their way to the lungs and soon after the throat, at which point some can be coughed up, yes, like physically coughing up worms, and others re-swallowed, thereby re-entering the intestines and restarting this entire messed up cycle. Number 7, the freshwater snail. The freshwater snail accounts for about 10,000 deaths a year. They are not dangerous in the sense that they are venomous or anything, but once again due to the deadly parasites they carry. These parasites can infect one through infected fresh water that contain these snails. They attach to the victim and burrow into their body until they reach the stomach. They then lay eggs, which can cause diseases like this one shown on the screen, and symptoms can include paralysis of legs and vomiting blood. Number 6, the assassin bug. Now these bugs are not as cool as they sound. Not only do these bugs bite, but they also transfer, like you guessed it, parasites. They are commonly called the kissing bug as they usually bite near the lips, and they account for about 10,000 deaths a year. Their bites spread parasites that can cause Chagas disease, or if that's how you say it, a disease which can do some major damage to some major organs, often being fatal. Number 5,
tsetse fly.
Like the insect stated before, this fly also accounts for about 10,000 deaths a year. It is also dangerous due to the parasites it transmits, mainly 2 parasites that cause a disease called the sleeping sickness. This causes many symptoms like headache, swelling, fever, muscle and joint pain, and other joyful symptoms. If not dealt with early on, symptoms can develop enough to cause death. Number 4, dogs. So as a dog lover, this surprised me the most, man's best friend also being one of man's most death causes. But there is no need to fear, as the dogs involved in this calculation are rarely those who are pets. They account for about 25,000 deaths a year, and they consist mostly of stray dogs who are infected with rabies. So if you have a dog, there is really no need to fear, as if you care for your dog properly, the worst your dog will probably do is lick you to death. And who doesn't want that? Number 3, snakes. Now there is no doubt that there are quite a few people out there who are deathly afraid of snakes. They are not wrong to feel this way, as snakes kill around 50,000 people a year. Now obviously they are mostly due to venomous snakes, as there are plenty of snakes out there which are completely harmless to us. But nonetheless, you should probably keep away from snakes in the wild just in case they are venomous. Most of these deaths occur in rural areas where immediate help may not be as easy to get. One example of an extremely venomous snake is the Australian inland taipan snake, which can kill 100 people with the venom contained in a single bite. Damn. Number 2, humans. Now you shouldn't be surprised that we humans have made it to the 2nd place on this list. We account for about 475,000 deaths of our own species. This is due to war, murders, terror acts, and more. So what's there to fear more than sharks, lions, and wolves? Us. We are thousands of times more likely to die from one another than any ferocious animal on this planet attacking us. After all, we are animals ourselves. just that we are animals that struggle to find common ground, resulting in a large number of our own deaths due to senseless violence. Senseless violence is not condoned by the Daily Science. Number 1. Mosquitoes. This little insect being on the top of this list should either be completely surprising to you or just a repeat of something you've heard many times before. Yes, these small annoying flies pose the greatest threat to us on this list. Mosquitoes account for about 725,000 deaths a year. This is due to their small form factor and their love to feed on our blood. The problem arises when they burrow their needles inside your skin to get a sip of your delicious blood. As you may know, mosquitoes carry a boatload of parasites that cause many different diseases. The most commonly deadly ones being malaria, also West Nile, yellow fever, and the most recent outbreak, Zika. Most of these deaths are due to inadequate healthcare, as if caught early on, it's possible to survive. So the next time you go outside on a hot summer day, it's probably a good idea to put on some mosquito repellent to keep those ferocious beasts away from you. So there you guys go, 10 of the most deadliest animals on this planet. Now before I leave, I'd like to give a huge thanks to Drsciencemaster for suggesting this video, and also I'd like to give a shout out to Ablash, as he seemed like he really wanted a shout out, and Doctordeadpool JCRE, as he also wanted a shout out. So you guys can check out their channels, and all the links to everything I talked about this entire video will be in the description below. And yeah, before you leave, go ahead and hit that like button, also leave a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.